Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
What would you tell Razorback fans now about where they are positioned to compete in the SEC?
Yeah, the investment that we have committed to make, and it's from the university, from the top down, from the system, the board, from the top down, it is going to put us in a position where we can compete to win SEC and national championships. I understand how important the success of our football program is to the health of our Department of Athletics, to the health of our university, and to everyone across this state, and we're going to get it right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo
There we
show?"
go.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Well, it's back to reality today, boys. Holidays are over. Got a full week. Gonna have to go Monday to Friday this week. And, gosh, here we are.
I'm just looking around. Everything's still here, but Bart is, plugging stuff in. And, when we come in here after a couple of days, you don't really know what's going to have transpired.
Oh, you're right.
And really day to day. But you go through the holidays, and we're all back in here together now. And, we're still here.
I know.
Still happening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I was thinking about this last night that, I went back and looked at the calendar. It's been like almost over 2 weeks have passed. We've spent like 3 days in here.
I didn't think we'd last this long, Chuck.
Well, lots of people lost money. When the calendar flipped to 2026, a lot of money changed hands.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
A lot of rumors we weren't coming back today.
And but it feels my system's out of whack. I got to get back in a routine, man. I got to get back in the Monday to Friday thing.
Yeah, a lot of things are out of whack. I'm back off the West Coast time.
Well, that's good to have you back.
Indiana apparently stole Alabama's uniforms. It was a total swap out. Like, what was that? Indiana looked like Alabama used to look.
They did.
Alabama looked like Indiana used to look.
They did.
That was weird. You're just watching this team going, this is the best team in college football. Who's better than Indiana?
They're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be hard to beat.
I'd take them against anybody. I saw it in person, and I was like, dang. Now, I want Bart to do this today for us, if he would. I want to go back to Phil Steele's Football Magazine. Phil Steele, the longest breathing human to put together football previews. It used to be the most sought-after publication in all of college football in the summer. You counted down the days, not to football season, till Phil Steele's magazine came out. And I want to know what Phil Steele said about Indiana going into this year, because I want to know how they got these guys and where they came from.
Well, they're awfully good. And they're going to be, like I say, they're going to be tough to beat. They're going to be really tough to beat. If I had to pick a team right now, I'd pick them. That's for sure.
I don't know how you beat them. I thought these games are going to be a lot better this year in the playoff. Once we got past the first round, well, I was wrong. We haven't really had very many good games.
Ole Miss and Georgia was
blowouts.
okay. Ole Miss and Georgia was pretty good. But, no, it's been underwhelming, really from the first round on. It's been kind of, at least for me.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll change later in the week. Hey, I got to say, too, Saturday was as good a day at Bud Walton Arena as we've had in a long time. I'm talking about everything.
You said that almost a couple of weeks ago with the last game.
It was really impressive. It was really impressive on Saturday. And, after the game, I bet there were probably 1,000 people there, for Cal's deal. And the game was great. Every seat was full. The stripe out worked. And it was a good day. Man, they looked good.
I mean, that was fun. That was a great atmosphere. And to see them play a really good team and finish the game off, come on strong, look like the better team at the end. And then Darius Acuff, man, he might be the best player in the league.
Yeah, it's just you watch him, and he just makes it look so easy. And it's almost like there are points, and Saturday was one of those games where you got down the stretch, and it's like, okay, I guess it's time for me to take over. This is what they brought me here to do. And he did. I mean, he just took over. But he's calm, cool, and collected, never seems to get rattled. Malik Thomas played great. And others did too. I mean, I'm not saying they were the only ones, but they were the ones that stood out.
You know, anybody that watches, it's killing people that he's this good. He and Malik Thomas, we got two of the best freshmen in the country. People aren't happy about it, and I'm hoping we're signing another group that's going to be similar to these guys. I'm doing this with freshmen. That's what I'm doing. You may be able to tell me you'll never do it. You'll never get to a Final Four. We started 5 freshmen. I know that game is different and people are older with beards and children and stuff. I know that. But the freshmen, Darius Acuff is a beast. You can say he's a good player. He is a beast. That's who, when you look at his body, you're like, holy cow, this kid's a beast. So he can he can score all kind of different ways. He's good. I mean, don't tell me there are 15 freshmen better than he and Malik. You can say it and then be mad about it, and that's what I believe. No, it's not your opinion. It's your hope. But it's not your opinion. It's your hope. Those two are good.
Apparently there's some noise around the country that doesn't include Acuff and Thomas as the best freshman in the country. And
well, I mean,
Cal's here to talk about it.
Yeah, and I mean, as we've seen, when he gets going, I mean, he can, he'll definitely bring that point up. But no, it was just a lot of stuff that went on. I mean, good football, or for the most part, good football, and basketball was good. And did you guys see where I'm just speaking randomly right now? The Pop-Tarts Bowl drew 8.7 million viewers for their bowl game. Just to kind of put that into context, Notre Dame has their games televised by NBC. Their season opener with Miami drew more than 8.7 million people. Every other game, the Pop-Tarts Bowl drew more than Notre Dame football. And I'm not saying there's anything bad about Notre Dame football. A lot of people watch it. I'm saying that's how many people watch the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Now, I'm not sure how all these major bowls, it's so weird, and Cignetti really talked about this last week, having, you have like a national championship ceremony after they win a bowl game, but it's only a quarterfinal win. So, how do the major bowls figure into this playoff and such as we move forward? But there's a place for bowl games. I mean, you look at that bowl game and you look at some of the other ones, there's been some good football out there.
It's so weird what's going on in college football right now. The Pop-Tart Bowl, we talked about that when it happened. It's just such a cool event. They've done such a great job with it. And I think, the Rose Bowl's awesome because it's the granddaddy of them all. And I was there over the weekend, and the tradition of all of that. But some of these other games, we're just kind of in the past on them, and everything's changing. And when you go just read about college sports right now, it's all about the portal, and I don't even know how to describe it. You've called it the hot stove league from, back in the day, and it's like fantasy football. It's like a fantasy football draft happening, except there's a lot of money involved. We've just never seen anything quite like this. Like Arkansas will have, I don't know how many people, but let's just say 30, 50 players on campus at a time, and this isn't like a recruiting weekend. It's like they come in, they have a meal, they all go through the office, and they get sort of recruited, and there's a negotiation, and then you find out in about a day if they're going to be here or not. And then they're going to bring in another wave of players because you only have 2 weeks.
And as soon as they decide, they're packing up. I mean, as soon as they make a decision, it's like, okay, I'm headed to Fayetteville, or I'm headed to Lubbock, or wherever.
You got the Cincinnati quarterback who basically is doing the Peyton Manning of a few years ago free agency deal where he's visiting a couple of teams and deciding where he's going to go. And Sorsby, the Cincinnati quarterback's deciding between LSU and Texas Tech.
He's already decided. He's going to Texas Tech. $5 million per.
That's right.
$5 million per.
So 11 hours ago, like Pete Thamel said, he left LSU and they didn't know. So now today
he has committed to Texas Tech. $5 million per season. Is the now might be a little bit less. Sometimes those are embellished a little bit, but I mean it's incredible that this is happening right now. And it's, none of these guys are worth the money. I mean, they're just not.
And he didn't even play in the bowl game.
They went 7-5 this year. Look at some of their point totals down the stretch against the good teams that they played, like 14 and 21. I'm not saying he's not good, but $5 million? Bart's shaking his head over there. What are your thoughts, Bart?
Stupid people have entirely too much money. That is what we're learning from college football.
What is it, a fool and his money are soon parted?
Stupid people have entirely too much money.
Or you mean like they're not intelligent? What do you mean?
Yes, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean.
So what?
Because paying a college football player $5 million is ridiculous.
Their heart overrules their mind.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
yes.
If you go back and you look at what football has done for schools,
I understand that.
Because these guys aren't stupid. Like Cody, Cody Campbell at Texas Tech, this billionaire.
I think Chuck said it right.
He's not stupid. Texas Tech, I think we'll find out in 2 or 3 years, will have increased their campus, their enrollment, and all the money coming into the university like 5 or 10-fold. This is what Saban did at Alabama.
Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Lubbock, Texas are two very different things.
I'm just saying, when you win football.
But the money has to come from somewhere. Saban's comparison now.
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, Saban's out of it now, and there's a reason why he got out. And we're seeing what Alabama is now in this era. They're very good, but
there is not going to be a dynasty anymore.
Texas Tech's very fortunate right now in that they've got one person who is willing to, fund football in a major way. Most places don't have that. So at most places, yes, if you're good, the university enrollment may go up, but it's the fans that are paying for it.
Well, my point is that people are investing in their football program because it's the biggest thing at their school.
Oh, there's no doubt.
So my comment came after Bart calling it stupid, and I understand what he's saying, and I don't love what's happening in college football, but you got to also look at what's making it happen, and it's because we have an open market. I mean, there's a great article from Bielema or from Bruce Feldman. Quoting Bielema and other coaches in The Athletic. And Bielema basically says that limitations have been erased in large part. The door is open where before it wasn't open for a program like Illinois. They've won 19 games in 2 seasons in Illinois. They're not competing for the national championship. But they're doing things they've never done in school history. They just beat SEC teams in back-to-back bowl games. The SEC is 2-7 against other conferences in the postseason this year. The SEC.
Oh, I know. I mean, they have not done well in bowl games.
Indiana is the best team in college football. What world are we living in? It's 2026.
There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots at him.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, and complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
In this room have opinions. Facts are secondary to a good argument.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
So it is official. I don't know if Clemson's made the announcement, but apparently it is a fact that Chad Morris is going to be the new offensive coordinator at Clemson.
And we thought it was an AI-generated story.
Thought it was a joke.
Yeah, it's factual.
And
they harken back to their glory years.
Bart, last
Chad
year
was calling the play.
Last year, just before the ball dropped, Bart made a proclamation that he is standing on today, as we are in 2026
double
now.
down, triple down.
He is quite certain of what, Bart, in the Chevy of Fayetteville situation room.
Let me say this: the world of college football has changed, and provided that Clemson has the courage to do so, Dabo Swinney will coach his last game at Clemson this season.
First situation room of the new year. Bart,
firing Dabo.
It's Dabo's done.
He's not firing him. He's just stating what's going to occur, what's going to happen.
Right. I don't have the authority personally to fire him, but
You're saying, are
I'm
you
sure
saying
some
that
Clemson fans
because
wish I did.
he hired Chad Morris, that's the end? That's the signal.
This is the desperation play, right? That any coach whose back's against the wall makes. You try to make what was once good again. That like we saw it here.
That's awesome.
We saw it here
I love that.
at Arkansas.
So good.
We literally just saw it play out. Look, I do not believe that Chad Morris is a good football coach. I that much is painfully obvious to any Razorback fan or anybody who paid attention to Arkansas football. The guy, it's just he's not a good coach. And I think if you ask anybody in the business, they'll tell you that. So
he was not a good head coach at Arkansas.
But
when he was at Clemson, he was highly thought of.
He had a really good quarterback. And Clemson doesn't have one of those right now.
That was also a long time ago.
Yeah, it was. The game's changed. Things have changed. Situations have changed. This is desperation by Dabo, and it's going to backfire, and it's going to end his time at Clemson.
Clemson had better players back then than most of their opponents.
Now look, I will if Clemson goes like 4-8 or something, and they don't fire Dabo, they should. That's on them. And I'm sure their fans will let them hear about it.
I don't even know where to go today because
there's so much out there.
Well, it's for me like when I try to sort through it all and kind of bring it into one focus, it's just wow, college football has completely changed. Everything's different.
Everything we ever thought about it, we just need to not think about quite as much anymore.
Georgia's lining up and playing Ole Miss in an interim now full-time head coach position of Pete Golding. Like, okay, Pete Golding didn't coach. It's his first head coaching gig ever, and his first head coaching assignment is in the college football playoff, and they play Tulane and they win the game, and we're like, yeah, we figured that, and then he's going to go play Kirby Smart, who by most accounts is the closest thing we have to Nick Saban in college football right now in terms of their program, and you expect them to be really good every year, and then Ole Miss just whips them. They just beat them. And you're like, okay. And then I go to the Rose Bowl, and there's Indiana, and they're playing Alabama. And, it's not even close. Indiana's the better team, and you're like, can anybody beat these guys? And then you start thinking about Lane Kiffin. And you go, this cat is going to miss a chance to win a national championship. And he went to LSU in hopes of being able to win a national championship. And here's the thing, like, I know the job matters, like where you go, like traditionally, but what's tradition anymore? Like tradition is suddenly sort of out the window. And, of course, then you bring it back home to Arkansas and you go, all right, what does it mean here? What is it going to mean for Arkansas?
They've been busy. They've been busy the last 2 or 3 days. Brought a lot of guys in, gotten some commitments.
Walk-Ons is catering the heck out of that building right now.
I would imagine so. And you
taking just van loads of food down there.
I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier. It's it happens fast. I mean, it is a cafeteria kind of deal, man. I mean, you're going from one to the other, and I was thinking about that quarterback from Cincinnati. He's packing his bags and moving to Lubbock. You know, he's doing it now because, the new semester is about to begin, and they're going to go to work.
Yeah, the school thing.
Yeah,
what a joke.
It's
the school thing.
It is.
Graduate.
It is a crazy deal.
How about this?
It's not even like how many of these. Sorry, Bart. How many of these guys go to like Texas Tech are going to know where like any academic building is?
Well, it's correspondence.
Really,
everything's correspondence now for them.
Went to Texas Tech, couldn't tell you anything on campus other than where the football building is. And I'm not like that's everybody.
Hey, they're not paying them to be students.
Texas Tech, that's everybody. Where were you going?
How about the fact that all 4 teams left in the college football playoff are led by former Nick Saban assistants?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and if you like, let's just take that a step further, it wouldn't have mattered who won the Ole Miss Georgia game. It would be a former Saban defensive coordinator. If you look at the best programs and the best coaches in the sport today, there's a common thread there, and it's Nick Saban. Look at Kiffin and LSU, Sark in Texas. Like there's a common thread.
The common thread moving forward, though, is going to be Curt Cignetti. Curt Cignetti's the one that's mastered the new college football.
He has, but he said he got it from Saban.
He did. He got a lot of it from Saban. But I really think moving forward, what Indiana's done is going to be the model, at least for a while. I mean, look, this is a monkey see, monkey do business. And every fan base in America is saying, well, if Indiana can do it, why can't we do it? And so they are going to be the model people follow.
Here's Cignetti on what he learned from Saban and what he's doing now.
I think everybody learned a lot from Nick. He was a great mentor, very organized, detailed, had a plan for everything, managed, lead, how to stock complacency, game day, recruiting evaluation, player evaluation. I mean, he had it all. And, if you were serious about your career and wanted to be a head coach one day, you took great notes or great mental notes. So I felt like after 1 year with Coach Saban, that I'd learned more about how to run a program than I maybe did the previous 27 as an assistant coach, and stayed with him for 3 more years. So there's a lot of disciples out there doing well, and that's why he's the greatest of all time.
Every profile that I've read about Cignetti talks about how strong he is organizationally, that this is the most organized guy that you'll ever find in your life. And that's the first thing that he mentioned when he was talking about what he got from Saban was, being organized. And, when you're running a program, I mean, organization, time management, I see those guys up there. I don't know how they do it. I just don't know how they do it because that's a big key in all of it.
Saban had the personnel side of things figured out before anybody else did. And we are now in that, with the portal being the way that it is, we're now in that world where it is essential to be in that business in a way like you have never seen in college football before. He was doing that well before we had the portal and the NIL era. And now if you don't have that, you're toast. And you better be really, really good at it. And then you better have some money to be able to afford it. And somehow Indiana has all of those things. We got to hit a break. By the way, the new year is here, and Blakeman's is still here and still making great moments and memories last a lifetime. It's more than jewelry. It's about your story at Blakeman's, and they'll help you through every part of your process, whether you're getting engaged or celebrating an anniversary, or maybe it's a milestone you've achieved. Stop by Blakeman's and let them help you mark your moments today. At Pinnacle Hills Parkway and Rogers, Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, and it's where Arkansas gets engaged. It's 629. Good morning. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com. Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Get up. You got to get up. You got to go. You're going to feel worse if you don't. Feel better now.
Yeah, I don't know about
Hate
that.
it later.
You might feel better staying in bed.
You will. You will.
That's an embellishment. You might feel better staying in bed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hogs won.
They look good doing it. 2 road games
up,
this week.
29.
Yeah, this will be, there were some interesting results over the weekend. I mean, Alabama just kind of pummeled Kentucky. And Mississippi State went to Texas and won. Georgia beat Auburn in overtime. It was an interesting day, opening day.
What's next?
Ole Miss Wednesday night there, and then Auburn at Auburn on Saturday. So this is you got 2 games back to back on the road.
Great start for
Yeah.
Hogs.
Oh, I thought it was great. Hey, a lot of people moving around. If 2026, if buying or selling a home is in your future for this year, Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, really is the name you need to remember. They're braced for a great 2026, and they're looking forward to helping people find the homes of their dreams. And if it's time to sell your home, and for many it is, they'll help you get the price that you're looking for. These are people that do this every day. It's an everyday job. This is not how they're paying for summer vacation. These are trained real estate professionals, and nobody trains their agents better than Weichert. They've got a great selection of homes. They're in Northwest Arkansas, Washington and Benton counties, Fort Smith, Branson. And you can always log on to WeichertGriffin.com.
How was everybody's weekend? We had New Year's. Did Bart invite you to his party?
No, he did not. I watched football, and then, of course, we had the basketball game Saturday. But I enjoyed just kind of kicking back and watching the game.
I got the most sleep I think I've had in 2025. I got on New Year's Eve. I was on the West Coast, so, the time was all different. Had to be up early on New Year's Day, and I think I was asleep at 9:30 Pacific time and got up at 6:30 Pacific time, and I was like, man, I feel great. What a great way to start 2026. And then I came home, and now I'm back to this.
Well, I did not make it to midnight. We discussed on Wednesday whether or not we would make it to midnight. I did not.
I thought I was going to watch the ball drop on the East Coast.
Yeah, I didn't even make it.
But when you're in a big market like LA, they lie to you. They're showing the whole thing, and then they flip the time. They go to break right before midnight and flip the time to West Coast, and you're 3 hours away from the ball dropping. Because they're so big, they're doing their own TV special.
It's a whole country away.
Yeah. And so I didn't see any ball drop. Yeah. I just had to move on. You know what? Like the New Year's, that whole thing that's another thing that we need to reimagine.
That's that's a generational
thing.
That's a generational thing. That's a when I was young, midnight was no big deal. I mean, it was just getting started, and it was no problem. Now not only can I not make it, I really have no desire to even try. So it's all generational.
I'm right there with you.
It's all generational.
I'm kind of over it. I'm just like let's. I don't. Bart, what'd you do?
There was a time when it was important to me.
What'd you do?
I watched college football.
I mean, did you have a party? Did you blow a kazoo? Did you like?
No, there was none of that.
Edward,
Which
did
I know
you
might
guys
surprise
shoot
you,
some
but there was
confetti
not.
at your house with Bennett and what'd you do?
Absolutely not. Bennett was in bed at 7 and we were asleep, but
Yeah.
a little after 11.
So
it's a young man's
yeah.
game.
Wow,
It is a young man's game, and Edward's he's 28 going on 45 right now.
That's so true.
And then they started doing fireworks in my neighborhood at
you gotta
11
love that.
and 12.
That's your favorite.
And
Yeah.
it's
Did you get out and
I was too tired.
Did
but
you
I really
patrol the
wanted to.
neighborhood?
I really wanted to, but I
you
was
wanted
so
to get
tired.
out and put a stop to that.
You wanted to go out and just kind of mix it up a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, really ring in the new year.
Ring in the new year
with a
with
right
a
hook to somebody with
fight
some
out in the
fireworks.
street.
I'm not going to punch anybody.
Well, I mean, that's
Well,
how
you
you
never know.
felt. That is what I'm guessing. You just-
pacifist.
yeah, okay, whatever. I've seen. This guy ran a 5K over the holiday, ran into my grandkid.
Well, that's why I was asleep so early. I had to get up
He
and
was
run.
worn out.
This guy's playing league basketball,
Friday, next
running
game.
5Ks, and says he's passive. Yeah. Sounds like it.
Pacifist.
Yeah. Well, I don't even don't even know what
He's
that
a
means.
non-violent.
It means I'm not going to get into a physical altercation with
He's
someone.
like Gandhi.
Unless I'm defending me or
Gandhi
someone
was
I
a
love.
pacifist, wasn't he?
Oh, I'm sure he
yeah,
was.
So, I mean, Edward's kind of like Gandhi.
Yeah. You are. Why don't we all go on a retreat?
Bald and a pacifist.
You lead it. Let's go on a retreat. You lead
With glasses.
it.
Okay.
Krishna.
Are we going to start with breathing exercises? What are we going to do?
That's probably on the itinerary.
This is perfect. Bart does yoga.
Bart's
you
got
do
a
that.
lot.
Chuck
can
and
have
I,
a lot of influence.
Chuck
too.
doesn't want to do anything. He'll just want to chill. And so we'll go. You'll start with a breathing exercise. Bart will take us through some yoga, and then we'll all take a nap, watch some football, and come back.
Sounds great.
What a retreat. What a off-site work bonding moment. Sounds like a plan. Let's get it going. 2026. JR's in Shady Grove.
JR, Happy New Year, man.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys. It was a really good game Saturday. I didn't get to watch it. I was listening to it. I was outside in the shop working, but it was a good ball game. I got a question for you. I guess it's a numbers game from here on out with the portal because they closed. Did they close the portal in April or May or whenever it was? They closed that window. Is that correct?
No, it's in progress right now through the 16th
Right,
of this month.
But does it close? I mean, it's not open again till
That's right.
when?
Well, it's just a once-a-year deal now.
Okay. So I guess what road you go down the numbers game here, how many scholarships? I mean, I guess in my mind, my question would be, what if expectation or needs are not met with how many scholarship players you have? I mean, that's a scenario, I guess, that could happen with any school. But if you let it go this many and you don't bring in this many to replace them, I mean, I guess that's another facet to this whole mess. But that's kind of my question: is do they have a set number that they're looking?
Well, right now, my understanding is they've got 85 scholarships. They've got about half that total committed to being here, and at least prior to the portal opening up. So I would anticipate about 40 new guys. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking, but
well, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is I guess you got to be real careful with your numbers because you could overspend or not. You know what I'm saying? I guess as a coach, you're trying to look about how many players you're going to let go that are not going to contribute to your system you're putting in, and then what you can bring in. I guess that's just a numbers game they have to play. So
now you talking about money? You talking about scholarships?
Well, I'm just talking about both because I know they're like oil and water. They don't mix. But I'm just trying to figure out if you overcommit to letting go X amount of players and you can't bring in that same number to replace them.
I got you. Well, everybody deals with that.
Yeah, that's what everybody's do. That's just the game now, and they're prepared for that.
Bart's got his hand up.
Oh, I think JR was trying to see if there was can players keep signing? Can you keep signing players after the portal window has closed? And my understanding is yes. This is the time when you can enter the transfer portal. You can continue to sign players, and unless I'm mistaken, at least that's the way it's been. Once you're in the portal, you're in the portal, and you can be signed at any time.
And you can go back to the school that you entered the portal from,
right?
If that's available to you.
It's
unless
interesting.
that rule might have changed with the adoption of the single portal, but I don't believe it has.
It's interesting when the portal first came to be. You heard coaches say, "Hey, if you enter the portal, you're not coming back." A lot of guys have had to walk that back a little bit. Some schools are in a position where they can say that, and some really aren't.
I mean, this is why the personnel departments are so important, and why Hunter talked about increasing the one of the reasons, increasing the staff size at Arkansas, and to date, why I believe the most important move that Ryan Silverfield made was the Crowley guy from Arizona, Geiska Crowley, the GM that people in the business, according to an article in Football Scoop, have raved about. They contacted other GMs and coaches, and they said, man, Arkansas really made a big move there. That's why you have a guy like that. That's where Arkansas, frankly, has been behind. And they also haven't had the size of staff that they have now to be able to handle all this stuff. But if you're going to win in today's college football, what this period right here, right now, you've got to be prepared for that. And that's the indication that we've all been given that they are more adequately prepared to deal with than they were a year ago or years past. Teamwork Roofing and Construction's adequately prepared to do their next job for you, whether it's a renovation, cabinets, or a roof. They are in the business of getting it done and getting it done on time and on budget, and with licensed and certified crews and materials that are going to help you have the sustainability you want with a job well done. And they're going to clean up the job site, and it's going to be as if they never were there, except you've got the new roof, or you've got the remodel, or you've got your new cabinets. You can depend on the people that we know at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. That's the website. You can log on and check out videos or pictures of a job well done, or just get a quote right there. TeamworkBuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, empowered by teamwork. We're full service here. We're like the concierge of sports talk radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea, and when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to TeamworkBuilt.com and get a quote today. That's TeamworkBuilt.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
enjoy fake AI-generated stories?
I do.
And getting scammed on the internet?
I do.
Facebook is for you.
That's what I like. That's what I want.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I guess one of the things that I'm most interested in, and probably like all Razorback football fans are, is will what appears to be new era of college football, which as Brett Bielema described as erasing limitations to a certain point, will Arkansas get in the mix? Will the new coach, will the new staff, the larger staff size, I don't know how much money they have to sign portal players outside of the rev share, but we're seeing teams, and I'm not talking about Texas Tech. I'm not talking about Indiana. I'm talking about teams like Illinois that have done things over the last couple of years, and Bielema says it's a different game. I'm reading from an article that Bruce Feldman did in The Athletic, or wrote. Everybody's in the game now, he says. Maybe not exactly on the same level, but it's no longer that you're just going to Georgia or Alabama or Ohio State because those are the dominant programs.
Everyone has the opportunity. Everyone has the opportunity now, but it's still contingent upon how much money you got in your bank account. I mean, it just is.
To some extent.
To a great extent.
But what I mean is, like, there's a $20 million level, and there's a level somewhere below that you can still be better.
Absolutely.
Like
No
that's
question.
why I use the Illinois example.
Absolutely.
Williams in Lafayette. William, good morning. Hey, buddy, what's happening?
I think we got a bad signal.
We have to reestablish that cell
Yeah,
connection.
yeah.
Not very good. 877-377-6963. It's the first time I said that this year, Chuck.
Is that right?
Yeah, I haven't been.
Well, it'll be the first of many times.
Yeah, 2026. What's on your list for 2026? Did you blow right by the?
Yes.
Did you have a reflection period of
No,
time? Or?
I really didn't. I did not have a time of reflection.
Thought it was actually a healthier, better move not to.
No, it's just life goes on. I mean, you can be as reflective as you want to be, but I mean, you've still got to. I mean, life goes on. That's kind of how I view it.
You just got to get on to the next thing. Let's try William again. William, go ahead. We got you back, I think. William, good morning.
Good morning, Bo. Happy New Year, everybody. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, sir. Fire away.
I want to talk about this portal a little bit, right? I think Chuck touched on it a while ago. This is the first time we've ever had this singular portal without a spring portal. 2 weeks to do it. So everyone's kind of getting acclimated to this, right? But I think people need to realize, right, these players publicly now are represented by agents, right? And if I'm not mistaken, those agents get some sort of percentage of what their financial deal ultimately is when they sign.
That's right.
So when players are scheduled to visit, let's say 3 universities, their agents are going to coach them and take all 3 visits. They're going to get somewhere in the ballpark probably of a comparable offer between all 3 schools, and then it's just going to get back to, okay, I fit better here. I jive with this coach better. I want to live in this area. So when everyone's got this, clutching of the pearls and shock and awe, when the portal opened Friday and we haven't got but 3 commits, it's a process.
It is. We got to hit a break, almost 7 o'clock. Good morning, Chuck and Bo.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
This fall, don't just pay for a heating tune-up. Make it part of a Paschal membership and get year-round benefits for your home. For as low as $8.99 a month, your annual tune-up is included. Plus, members get exclusive discounts on air, plumbing, and electric services. Don't wait until there's a problem. Protect your home, budget, and peace of mind with Paschal. Visit GoPaschal.com to learn more and join today. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I want to share something that's completely enhanced my day-to-day life. About a year ago, I started telling you about the Sweatnum Edge. Well, over the last several months, here's what's happened for me. My energy level is completely different. My exercise gains have seen a big jump. My mind is clearer, and frankly, life is just more enjoyable. Now, that's my story. What about you? Search the Sweatnum Edge online and get a free evaluation today. It's made a big difference for me, and I know it can for you too. The Sweatnum Edge.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
For Chuck Barrett, I'm Bo Mattingly. Good morning. Hey, kids, how about a bagel?
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We've got to have a therapist come in here and just help us work through the past and how today doesn't have to be yesterday.
We do shows like this to avoid discussions like that. So let's just keep that out of the workplace, okay? That defeats the entire purpose of even being here. I'm as deep as I want to get in this room. Let me just tell you, I'm not going any deeper with you guys. I'm not playing your little self-help game. I'm not doing that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Do you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Good morning. It is 2026.
Back to work this week.
January 5th.
All week long.
National Whipped Cream Day. Arkansas, I don't know if they whipped Tennessee, but they definitely look like a pretty good team, a contender in the SEC. Here's Cal on that after the game.
Yeah, you when you're winning games in this league, you're happy you're winning a game. I said it last year. It doesn't matter who you play. You want to win. Last year, if you remember, we started 0-5, and they were saying we hired the wrong coach. What the heck are we doing? And we turned it around and got it going. So now we're a little farther ahead than we were a year ago.
For the record, I don't know anybody that was saying they hired the wrong coach. Maybe they were, but again, we ended 2025 with a special holiday greeting to all Kentucky fans who sent Cal our way, because what a gift it was in the holiday season. You take time to appreciate.
And they lost Saturday.
And they'll lose again. Yeah. And they don't have what they once had. We're also in the middle of the portal. It's open now. Been open for a couple days. Clay Henry's here, and we'll get into some football. Clay, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Well, same to you boys. Just first, let me tell you, I was traveling Saturday, so we put the app on our phone in the middle of Kansas and listened to Chuck and Z, and you guys are just as good as ever. Just as good as ever. And when the team wins,
spirit.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're good when they win.
I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, I look back on the sales of Hogs Illustrated, and
back in the salad days.
This is great. This is a great magazine, but the team's losing. I mean, they didn't fly off the shelf. I promise you.
Yeah, I was listening to
Chuck
Chuck
when they were
too.
When they were winning, like 94, 95, the basketball team, football. With Darren McFadden, man, we could sell those magazines. But yeah, winning helps everything. My dad used to say after great Razorback victories, make sure if you're a car dealer, you got a red truck or a red car out on that floor on Sunday and Monday, Tuesday, because you're going to sell it. And just everything goes better in our state when the Hogs are doing well. But I was really interested in some of the things that that I heard on the radio, including the post game with Cal. With Nolan at practice on Friday. Mm-hmm. And that is just such a cool thing that, first of all, that Nolan can do it, because his health is, he's had some trouble, had some hernia surgeries, and, the death of Rose and his care to Rose prevented him. So I'm glad that he's getting to enjoy this. And I, the fans love to see him. But I think that it's important that he got to visit with the team a little bit after practice and talk about, 40 minutes of hell. And I know Z was there. You probably heard that from Z, Chuck. Mm-hmm. And I did from Jimmy Counts. He sat with him. But I just love that, we got two Hall of Fame coaches, and they seem to mesh together and are able to do things together, and that's good for all of us as fans to see that.
It was a deal for me listening to the game because I was on the way to a wedding, so I turned you and Z on. By the way, Chuck, and Z has a really good knack for just eviscerating an official, and just sort of the nicest way possible, which was, boy, that just tells me he can't see very well. And I hope that doesn't come back to bite us. Yeah. And then a few minutes, there it is. There he is. He clearly can't see very well. That was going on Saturday during the game. It really adds to the broadcast.
I like it when he says, well, he just missed it. He just missed it.
Yeah.
And he's bad. He's having a bad day. And I thought, oh, he's talking about, Carter Knox. No, he was talking about the official.
Yeah, well, this team's really good, and we'll get into this at some point today. They probably, here's the thing when I watch college basketball, there are a lot of teams that are really good, a lot of teams that have really good players. Boy, you love Arkansas's guards, and the bigs are, really you just look at the roster and you're like, maybe they could win the league. But I think everybody wants to know today, Clay, what's the football team going to look like when they're back on the field in August? Because we're seeing an era of college football where apparently anybody can put a roster together.
Yeah, and I mean, what you have to say is, what's it going to look like? Well, completely different. It's going to be 75 new players. He had 76 new players last year at Memphis. And that was, year 5, year 6, whatever it was. And so that's what you do right now. And the defense, I think there's 11 scholarship defensive players left. And I don't bemoan that because they weren't very good. And they need some new defensive players. I'm starting to see the kind of player that he's wanting. Offensive lineman, he doesn't need him to be 340, 350. By the way, you were at the Rose Bowl, and did you notice, I'm talking to you, Bo, did you notice that Indiana, they didn't have a single player over 320. Alabama had 11 over 320. And I'm not saying Indiana's small, but they're not fat. And when you watch Curt Cignetti coach, by the way, I interviewed Scott Bull last week, kind of on the 50-year anniversary of the Cotton Bowl win over Georgia. But we talked about a lot of things, and he brought up something that I had not noticed, but then thought about, and he hit it. If they, when they show Cignetti on the sidelines, he's not yelling or talking to anybody. His head doesn't move. His eyes move, but he doesn't say anything. And he said that was the way Coach Broyles was on the sideline in many ways, and that he let his coach coach. He coached from a tower, so he didn't, he wasn't on the field in practice for the most of the years. And he said that the reason that he had coached so hard in meetings that his coaches were perfectly prepared to execute what he wanted, and they played perfect technique. Well, that's Indiana to a T. Mm-hmm. They play perfect technique. So here's what we know. Coaching matters, and you can do it in a short time frame. So Ryan Silverfield, if they get the technique right, it doesn't matter how new the team is. And so that gives me encouragement for what could happen. And, the other thing that just jumped off the charts to me is that, they're talking on the Rose Bowl. This is the worst Alabama's been beat since when? You guys, I'm talking like Cal now. Do you know when?
1998. It was 42-6. I was there.
Thank you. Yeah. So that was the day that we recognized and were brought to attention Code Red by Keith Burns. I texted Keith the other night, and by the way, his team played in the state championship game at Fort Worth Country Day last year. They didn't win, but they had a great year. But, that was a first-year team. Now, that they were, Houston Nutt was left some great players. But that was a first-year team. So you can do it in the first year. Lou Holtz did it in the first year. Now that he was left some great players, so it's apples to oranges in the Orange Bowl, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But I guess to say you're going to rebuild, we've had it happen at Arkansas before, and had a lot of fun in the first year. Houston and I were talking after that Rose Bowl because I brought it up to him, and you know what was significant about that day? What that day meant, 42-6, with Coach Broyles?
What?
Okay, I thought you'd answer the question, Chuck. I was doing a Coach Cal.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Frank Broyles decided to expand the stadium after that day. I mean, that was
a huge win. It was a huge win.
Yeah, and he wanted to make it 100,000. Houston said, I told him 65 was enough, and they compromised. It was 72,000. Now they've since expanded it again, but that's that was like you say, a monumental victory for the fan base, and and they recruited greatly off of that game. That next class was unbelievable. You can go back and look at the Tony Buas and all the guys that came from that class. When you beat Alabama that way, you can recruit anywhere in the country. So, I don't know if I answered the question about.
Well, now let me ask you this. If you were talking about that first year turnaround, what Silverfield got to focus on in the portal period if they're going to have that first year success you're talking about? What's he got to focus on?
So what those teams did, those first-year teams, what they were great in the offensive line and defensive line. Both sides. Great offensive line, great defensive line. You go back, I mean, I don't think he's going to inherit any Dan Hampton and Jimmy Walker like Reggie Freeman, Dale White. That's what Lou inherited. And you go back and you look at the linemen that polished, finished lineman that Danny Ford left for Houston. So he's going to have to find the offensive lineman, defensive lineman, in the portal. He's got to, and he's doing it. I've already seen some names, but that's how you win. I mean, every game that I've watched in the last week or 2 weeks, and these CFP games, man, they're wars up front. The physicality, and I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard physicality mentioned. I mean, it's a lot. So that's what he's got to do. He's got to get linemen, and I'm a line of scrimmage guy, and I mean that's what I watch when I watch games. And when you watched Arkansas, they didn't get it done on either side of the ball. Tackles, ends, he's going to keep his center and his right guard from the offensive line, but he's got to redo it at those other three spots. And he's keeping Quincy Rhodes, maybe one other, the defensive line, but he's got to have 8 defensive linemen here for spring training so they can get after it, get things, because you don't have the spring portal anymore.
Yeah, well, if you look at the portal and what they've gotten so far, there's a couple linemen in there.
Exactly.
D lineman, offensive lineman. You got a new kicker from Max Gilbert from Tennessee, a kickoff specialist they brought in. They brought in a DB from Cincinnati. It's so early in this process because it is a process, and there are going to be negotiations. But what continues to be amazing to me is that you are seeing more parity in college football. And the money does have a lot to do with it, but I'm not just talking about the schools that are spending $20 extra million on their roster. I'm looking at Illinois winning 19 games the last 2 years. And can Arkansas, with the combination of a bigger staff, bigger personnel staff, Silverfield as the coach, and then also maybe some more money, can they put a product on the field next year that is one of these teams that's competing at least in the middle of the conference?
Yeah, that's what you hear, that they've got that kind of money available, and they're still raising it. So, yeah, I mean, everything that I've seen him do so far, I've been pleased. But you know what? They hadn't played any games yet. He'll make us all a little squeamish when they lose. They'll lose. They're not going to win them all.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see how all this goes.
But still, I think that he won the press conference, and he's I think that we all knew that they needed to flush defensive. They flushed defensive coaches, and they flushed defensive players. I've seen some guys that have left, and somebody said, "Well, we're losing defensive players." I had never heard of any of them, to be honest. I mean, Chuck, you may know them, but some of the ones they didn't play, and if you couldn't play last year on that defense, you probably weren't very good. I mean, just think about the guys that didn't play. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Enjoy your Monday. It's January 5th, 2026. Don't screw up any paperwork. You need to put 26 on the end, not 25. Clay Henry.
I don't write any more checks. It's all auto draft.
Well, that's why I said paperwork, because there's still paperwork to be filled out.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going duck hunting. I'll send you all pictures.
Please do.
You love it.
I love those.
Bo really loved it when I was building my garage, and I'd send him a picture every 2 days.
I've heard about that. Yeah. I've heard about that.
I love the way you can take photos.
Thank you, Clay.
Documenting life. He's Clay Henry, the great Clay Henry, a Hall of Famer, and he's going duck hunting.
Renaissance man.
Not gone fishing, gone duck hunting. 718, gone duck hunting.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
He's Chuck Barrett.
He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I just want to say we need to appreciate Boy a little more because Boy know what the hell he's talking about. Boy, too bad, boy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Time for getting the job done. Brought to you by WT Equipment, where they get the job done. Home of the Bobcat, legendary Bobcat. Trusted brands like New Holland, Steel, Hustler. Every job has challenges. Tough terrain, tight spaces, short timelines. If you're in the light construction business, you got to get the job done. Whatever the obstacle is, Bobcat's ready to go. And they've got that at WT Equipment, WTEquip.com. Darius Acuff got it done, 29 points, 2 key three-pointers inside the final 4 minutes. Arkansas beat Tennessee 86-75. Razorbacks now 7-1 in SEC play, Chuck.
Well,
I'm sorry. Now 7-1 to win the SEC.
Yeah, those are the
They're
odds.
1-0 in
Right.
conference play.
You know, the thing that was big in that ball game, Acuff obviously hit some big shots down the stretch, but Carter Knox hit a big three-pointer. And, you know, this team's got more than one player who wants the ball with the game on the line. Now, Acuff's probably the best one, but Malik Thomas is more than happy to shoot the last shot. And there are other guys on the team that are more than happy to do that. And, you know, that was a close ball game, and Arkansas pulled away at the end, and a lot of that was clutch shots and big moments.
By the way, Cam Little also getting it done.
I saw that. 67 yards, longest outdoor kick in NFL history.
So he's now got the 67-yarder outdoors and the 68-yarder, was that indoors?
Indoors.
So he's got the longest 2 field goals in the history of the NFL, including this one yesterday.
Cam Little, 67 yards! Oh! The era of the big leg kicker continues. His 19th consecutive make, and it happens to be the second longest in NFL history.
I know there are other guys with big legs, but let's put Cam Little in his own category. Can we do that? Getting the job done.
He, you know, it's kind of like you watch golf. You know, you see these little guys, and they're just pounding that ball like 330 yards, and, you know, leverage has a lot to do with it. And whatever Cam's doing, he's doing it right.
Hey, WT Equipment, they're managing not just light construction, but hay and forage. A lot of people know them as they're in the farming industry, but they do that light construction work too. Log on to WTEquip.com or stop by one of their 8 locations. Brent's in Searcy. Brent, good morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. What's happening?
Good morning. Happy New Year, guys.
Well, Happy New Year, Brent.
Hey, Chuck, you and Z are right in front of me where my seats are.
Is that right?
And in the handicap section, yeah, you're about 10 rows below.
Well, I'll have to turn around and look up next time.
You'll have to turn around and look up, or I need to get there earlier because Z, he's going to go down to Gucci Row and shake hands and then go to the free food department underneath the stands. You know what I'm talking about?
I do, yes.
Hey, a great game Saturday. It was awesome. And I thought the biggest play of the game was with about 7 minutes ago. Malik Thomas hit that 4-point play.
That was a big play. Again, just big shots and big moments.
Big shots, what do we know about Ole Miss, Chuck?
They struggled to score some over the weekend. They'll be good at home. I mean, they'll be good at home. They always are. It strikes me as a typical Chris Beard type team. You know, they're going to guard you, and they're going to be physical inside. They did not have a real good weekend, but I would imagine they'll be a lot better on their home floor.
And I heard, did I hear right? It's been 5 years since we were 1-0 in the conference.
I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't know if it's been 5 years or not, but yeah, I mean, 1-0 is not they certainly didn't start that way last year.
It's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start.
Better than having it the other way.
It's not the norm for us.
Yeah.
But I was proud of it. I mean, the crowd was outstanding. It was it was just an outstanding atmosphere Saturday.
Well, you expect to be good in basketball now, and everybody's in on that. And everybody realizes that, and they want to be at the games, and they want to be a part of it. And it's fun to watch when you got good players and you got Cal coaching. And I'm telling you, what a great gift. Thank you, Kentucky. This is, we'll take it. And, Cal's doing it his way. He got, a freshman point guard. Everybody's in the portal. He's talking about beards and guys with kids and all this stuff. And, he's got a couple of great freshman guards to go along with the rest of the roster that are as good as anybody in the country.
There's still a place for freshmen, not just in basketball. Look at what Oregon did with that freshman cornerback against Texas Tech in that football game. What do you have, 2 picks and maybe I think there was another big play too.
Miami's got a receiver.
Yeah, there's a place for freshmen, and we get all hung up on the portal in football and basketball. But if Arkansas, for example, gets to the Final Four this year in basketball, if Arkansas gets to the national championship game or wins the whole thing, it's going to be in large part because of freshmen, a couple of them. And if Oregon should find a way to win this next football game and get to the championship game, or the way they won the other day over Texas Tech, first-year guy had a lot to do with it.
Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Bart has something on Ole Miss.
They've struggled against good teams this year. They've lost to every good team they've played, or even decent teams. Lost to Iowa, Miami, St. John's, NC State, Oklahoma over the weekend. Also lost to Utah. They don't have a lot of returning minutes from last year. They have a lot of new guys. They have a lot of guys who are, or a couple of guys at least, who are well-traveled. I mean, A.J. Storr is on his 4th school in 4 years. That tells me more about A.J. Storr than it does about Ole Miss.
I think we played him at 3 different schools, maybe.
I think so. He was at Kansas last year, Wisconsin the year before that, St. John's the year before that. 4 schools in 4 years. That tells me more about him. They're just not gelling as a team right now. They haven't figured it out. I don't know that they will. Their metrics are pretty bad, at least when it comes to the rest of the teams in the SEC. We'll see, though. Chris Beard's a really good coach. His teams get better as the season goes on. I'd rather play him now than later on in the year.
Yeah, they're 8-6, and they haven't beaten a single power.
They don't have a lot of firepower offensively, no, they do not. They will guard you. And when you play a team at home in the league, don't get hung up on the fact they've not made a lot of shots, because generally at home you do.
Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Chevy's just one of the great brands they have inside the auto park, right? 25-plus years in business now.
Great brands, Honda, Acura, Chevy, Toyota. And you're not going to find a better pre-owned selection than what you're going to find at Fayetteville Auto Park, too. And, you stay in business a long time by treating your customers well. There are a lot of places you can go buy an automobile, and you'll get a great deal. And then they won't remember your name when you walk in 2 weeks later. You don't deal with that at Fayetteville Auto Park. They're going to remember your name. And if you've got a problem that day, if your car's in for service, they're going to make sure you got a way to get around. That's why they've been around as long as they have, and that's what separates them from everybody else. Check out their wide selection. They've got a lot of them. And you can check them out online at FayettevilleAutoPark.com.
Check out Chuck and Bo On Demand wherever you get podcasts and YouTube. It is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
the Sphere, it's hard to describe.
I
know
wanna
many
go.
people
I wanna
people
go.
have gone.
Great.
I mean, the seats vibrate.
I've been places where the seat vibrates.
Yeah, well, that's not
not a
that's not-
concert.
that's not-
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, it's 7:37 on January 5th, 2026.
It's the new year.
Fayetteville Public Schools, where we are located, where we originate the show from, here on the Hill in Fayetteville. They start tomorrow. They get an extra day today, just to recover from all the time off.
Well, sure.
Jeez.
Why didn't we follow that?
I don't know. I mean, we are a morning show, and what that means is we fit into the general routine of morning life.
People are back at work today.
Yeah, today's back to reality.
People are back to work today.
Yeah, I mean, I know people are, and people really are working all the time. You know, even when when
well,
we're not.
I just mean like our listeners, our audience. They're all back to work today.
I don't know. There's a lot of moms not driving kids to school today, Bart. A lot of dads not driving kids to school today, and it changes your routine.
Yeah, but they're still going to work.
Well, I mean, it still changes your routine. How do you think they get it all done? How do you think they get it all
here's
done?
What I'll say.
There's more. Tell me, there's not more traffic when school's in.
There is.
And morning
there
drive.
is. They should be in school today. Why are they not back in school today?
That's something you'd have to take up with the district. I don't know.
Yeah,
if you
well,
want to take that on.
that's silly. That's silly. That's.
Bart, have you noticed there's a new construction zone out in front of the studio, too? Have you noticed that?
It's a little pocket.
Just a small pocket.
Well, either
right in front of our studio.
One of two things has happened with that situation. Either something got screwed up during the initial construction. They had to go back and fix it, which happens often in Fayetteville, I've noticed. Or the whole plan was, and timeline for doing things was askew, and they went back and had to, it was just out of order. Order of operations was not set correctly.
Well, from what I was told, it was done. And then you badmouthed them that day. They were on schedule to get everything done, and now they're just doing that to spite you.
Well, that may be true.
That's
as well.
what I was told.
But I don't think that's the issue.
Here's a guy that deals with construction all the time. Rod drives a truck. He's on I-40, and construction's all over the place. It is. But right here in our, adjacent to our parking lot, they don't want to leave this area. I don't know if they think it's beautiful. I don't know if they have a place they like to eat lunch right here, but it just seems to come and go. Rod, good morning. Hope it's a good 2026, Rod. Charlie in Camden. Charlie, good morning.
Good morning, guys. I don't deal with construction, but if there is construction down here, I mean, here's what they do down here. They just work on it for about a day or two, and then they leave. I guess they come back up there, and then they finally decide to come back down here and finish it. I don't know. I guess there's a different mindset up there compared to down here. You guys saying they stay up there all the time? They never leave?
Well, it comes and goes.
It seems to be a popular spot. Over the last year, that it just seems to be a popular spot out here.
It's been a year.
And they teased us because they opened it up and then they closed it back up again.
Well, I don't. That just doesn't make any sense, does it, Chuck?
Well, it's hard to understand. Yes.
Well, guys, I was thinking about the game the other day, and I had called in the other day, and I said I wanted to see Arkansas win a game where it wasn't. I didn't think it would be the prettiest game the other day. A little bit of a slugfest, and I'll tell you what, Arkansas was up for the challenge. And that was one of the first times this year that I felt like they really – think about the rebounding margin for Tennessee throughout the year. I don't know, whatever they were plus whatever, and I know Arkansas hasn't been good at times at that. That was really important the other day. There was a play with about 12-something minutes left in the game. Arkansas is down 5. I think Thomas misses an open 3. Carter Knox comes up with one of the biggest offensive rebounds in the game, goes up, gets an and one. Those are plays that, guys, if Carter Knox played like that consistently, kind of like Billy Richmond, I guess, that Coach Cal is trying to get him to do, I mean, that's how great he could be. It's not always about making shots, and you're going to have nights where you don't shoot well. And that's what happened the other day, but I give Arkansas credit for matching them on the boards. Now, if you're Tennessee, you're probably looking at it, oh, my gosh, if we could make some free throws. Give Arkansas credit. They went to the line. They knocked them down. Chuck, with Nick Pringle, I actually thought he looked really engaged early. I felt bad for him. I thought he was going to step up and have a really good game had he not gotten in foul trouble. But is it just me, too? Malik Ewing needs to go out there for those first few minutes and get knocked around a little bit. And then he comes back in and he plays better. I don't know what it is. But anyways, y'all have a cool one.
Thanks, Charlie. Tennessee was plus 15 on the boards. Their rebounding advantage was plus 15. And Arkansas out-rebounded them by 3. That's pretty significant right there.
What do you mean that coming into the game?
Yeah, coming into the game, Tennessee was plus 15 in rebounding margin.
Yeah.
And on average, and Arkansas out-rebounded them by 3 Saturday.
So you've said it a few times. I've heard it said by other people. How legitimate of a shot do you give Arkansas to win the SEC regular season?
I give them a legitimate shot. I mean, I think there's a handful of teams out there. Alabama's good. I mean, Alabama's really good. And I don't know if Vanderbilt is as good as their record right now or not, but I mean, they're 14-0, so what do you say? Georgia's a lot better. Georgia may have the best team they've had since Mike White became their coach. Florida's got arguably the best front line in college basketball. And I know they got beat at Missouri. So, it kind of tells you what the league's going to be like. But, yes, Arkansas is going to be in the hunt. I don't have any doubt about that.
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. I was on Emma, downtown Springdale, the other day. First Security Bank.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard to go to a town, hard to go to a square and not see a First Security Bank. They've been helping Arkansans for a long time. Bank better with friendly, local people, helping you get whatever it is you need to get done when it comes to banking, including small business checking accounts designed to manage your business's day-to-day finances separate from your personal accounts. This separation helps with bookkeeping, tax preparation, and personal liability protection, just to name a few things. Choose the power of personal for your business with a small business checking account at First Security today. First Security Bank, member FDIC. It is 2026. 744. Good morning. You guys are part of my family. Everyone that listens to this show is just part of the Chuck and Bo family. We're building a community here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to watching games, nobody does it like Walk-Ons. Over 60 TVs at every location, and the food and drinks win. Mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine, like po' boys and gumbo, plus fan favorites, like the best burger you can get anywhere, and more draft beers and cocktails than you can count. Incredible food, wonderful service, and a viewing experience like none other. Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the Basketball Palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
want to see you and Bart in the old three-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bart's over there fact checking. Kind of ruined.
Just ruined the whole day for me. Has everything I've said on this show been fact checked?
This would not have happened. This would not have happened.
Have you gone home and fact checked everything I've said?
No.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We were talking about how it just feels a little bit different today. You know,
Oh, yeah.
everybody's kind of getting back to work, and you know, everybody's trying to get back in their normal routine because for 2 weeks, you know, most people, their routine's been thrown off a little bit.
One way or another. They might have worked some, might have worked all
Right.
of it, but
Yes.
for a lot of people, they had some of it off.
That's right.
And not only that, if you were working, you're not in your same routine, I don't think, because a lot of other people that you would deal with probably aren't, you know, there. You know, you're not getting the
Your
same
sleep
kind of
pattern
whatever.
changes.
Everything's
Everything changes.
Everything's off. So here we go, 2026. Time for everybody's resolutions. Chuck, you want to go first?
I haven't
What do you
really
got?
thought about it.
What do you? Okay. Well, when you're just a good guy every day, and that's sort of your motto, and you know, all about growing and being healthier, and you know, that's your daily thing. I mean, what else is there? That's probably where.
If that's what you're into, knock yourself out.
No, I was talking about you.
No, I'm
I was
saying if you
like-
want to, I mean, some people are into making resolutions. I just, you know, try to do okay every
Try to
day.
do it every day.
You know,
Every day. Well, Bart, what do you have besides no smoking?
I have no.
Well, you got something going on because you're wearing a ring. What is that ring? Is that an O-ring? What is that? An Aura ring?
It's an Aura ring.
Is that a biorhythm ring?
Oh, I want
Chuck,
one of those.
biorhythms.
Yeah.
What is an Aura ring?
It basically, you know, keeps track of how healthy you are and what you're doing.
What have you found out?
So far, so good.
So you got a big sweat and a med sign up next to you right now.
Well, that's for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tracks your sleep, tracks your movement. Gives you tips to improve your sleep. Tells you when you're not getting enough sleep. If your heart's out of whack. All that stuff.
Can I borrow it? Can
What's
I wear it for a day?
It's synced to me. It's synced to me.
So
What's
that
it
would
told
work?
you so far?
Yeah, what have you learned?
What's the message
Well,
so far?
so far I've been doing a really good job of getting enough sleep. That's about to change this week probably.
Yeah.
I've only had it for a few days, so it's still kind of getting synced to
Was
me.
this a Christmas gift? Did you buy it
in
for
part,
yourself?
Yeah. No, in part, yes.
Is this 2026 Bart? Is this what we're looking at? Renewed awareness of health and fitness?
Well, I mean, yeah, I'd like to get back to some of that.
Don't start at the gym in January.
Well, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna I've got an exercise bike at home.
Busy.
We're gonna tackle things that way.
We got an exercise bike at home. We're gonna tackle things that way.
Yeah.
Chuck is just fascinated.
It was really
No,
hard.
I mean, it sounds like you're all over it. I mean, it sounds like you're all over it.
I'm trying to keep them from drifting off.
In 2025, I felt like I failed to get into a good routine over the course of the year, with getting up early for the show and doing things. Like, I was just tired by the mid-afternoon all the time. So I want to try to get that under control.
You mind if I share, Chuck? Just kind of what's going on with me?
No, you guys go ahead. Do your thing.
I don't want to lose you.
No, I mean, I'm fascinated by your
I don't
lives.
want to lose you. Yeah.
I mean, you're also interesting.
Yeah. He's
No,
drifting off.
I mean, I love hearing interesting
the
things.
feigned sincerity.
Yeah, there's nothing interesting about this thing. Bart, for me in 2026, I'm glad you asked. I'm organized in my own head, but that's where it ends. Something's got to happen.
You got to start writing things down.
I write
Is that the
things
deal?
down, and they end up on a lot of different things. It doesn't go in one place, and then I'm on and it's in my notes on my phone.
You want to be
and then
more
it's-
organized.
Well, yeah, but I feel organized. Like I've got to be organized to do the jobs I do. But at the same time, when you're dealing with other people, it's like, and you're trying to keep a whole structure and system going, I'm a disaster.
Well, maybe this will be your year. I mean, maybe it will be.
That's the most encouraging thing I've ever heard you say to anyone, ever. Well,
I'm pulling for you.
This will be your year. Maybe this will be it. We're 5 days in. Lottie freaking da.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30. 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool, a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. I mean, how could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Do you, listener, do you feign not knowing things or intentionally not learn things in your line of work so that then other people will do it?
That's not true.
Chuck loves to play dumb.
That is not true.
And he loves to play even dumber. Here's what I know about Chuck. At any point, he can let you know that he actually knows how to do that, and then your value's gone. You just think I need you, Bart, but when I'm done with you, I'll do that myself.
Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Got the whole year ahead of us, man.
I know.
We do.
Well,
Could
except
be our
5
year.
days, 4 days.
Well, I mean, really, we're just getting started.
Yeah,
Could
really
be our
are.
year. Could be.
This might be it.
It might be it. It might be the year. What would it look like for it to be the year? This is listen. I know
Break
we
80.
keep-
Break 80.
Break 80. This year could be the year.
Yeah, break 80.
Bart, break 90. Breaking Bart should come back this spring. The last one was so bad, I don't think we ever released the video. Did we ever post it? We may post it in the spring.
No,
I sent it.
I don't
group.
think that was ever posted.
It was not, but it
really-
will get posted.
It's really not for public consumption.
Well, I mean, at some point,
Maybe it won't
it
get
will be.
posted.
This is going to be quite a year. I mean, just trust me. Things are coming. Things are happening.
Okay.
Yeah, things are.
Trust me.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to trust me. Just look up, look around. Things are happening.
Okay.
All around us.
I agree.
We
Things
might-
are
and
happening.
we
As
might be
we
involved.
speak.
We might be
Things are
involved.
There are many things
We
happening.
might be involved with it.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, now's your chance. Like, if you want to make a massive prediction, or if you just want to make a statement, or just you want to set some sort of direction or course, now's your chance. First Monday show of this year, and man, we got a lot of runway
here.
ahead of us. We're here. We're here today. I'm grateful for that. Grateful to be here. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, like going to LA, you're just happy to come home. I mean,
I'm happy I never left.
the idea of doing anything while you're driving in LA, like on the phone, like a phone call, or any of that, just forget about it. Forget about it. Like I can get a lot done in the car. I make some phone calls. I got to drive to Bella Vista. I got to drive to Fort Smith. Got to drive to Mountain Home or whatever. Wherever you're going, you can make a bunch of phone calls, get stuff done. LA, no, not happening, sir.
Did I see where they've got technology now where when you are driving through construction zones in Arkansas that they know if you're on your phone or not?
Is that right?
Yeah, they can.
They have new.
Yeah, they got new stuff.
New cameras that can trace that or something.
We need to update people on that. That's what we do. We're a full service show.
I read
Remember
that over the
But,
weekend. I read that.
Well, there it is. There's the update.
It's not. It's
what
not
Chuck
a,
read over the
That's right.
weekend.
Yeah.
It's not a ticket by mail situation. So like they can't record you on your phone and send you a ticket. An officer or trooper has to be present to win. So
They got to chase you down, in other words.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Clay just sent a text in. Clay Henry, Hall of Famer, who had a whole segment to say this and didn't. Has a prediction for 2026.
And that would be?
Bart will get married.
I'll take a piece of that.
What?
Yeah?
I didn't say I was covering the bet. I said I would take a piece
How
of that
about
action
that?
on the other side.
How
But
about
that is
that?
that's a wild
Look at that.
prediction.
Look at that.
Wow.
Well, when you get a horror ring, I mean, things start happening.
That guy's got an aura ring.
Things start happening.
Edward's writing this prediction
Yeah,
down.
there it is.
I'm gonna
At
take
8:06.
every cent in my bank account and put it on the other side.
Really? Why? Why would you do
You
that?
never
He has
know.
control over the situation.
When
and
love
he-
comes
he wants
walking
to make
in,
money.
hey, when that love
Bingo.
bug bites, man, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it.
That's- that's
I might get married January 1st,
It could happen
2027,
at
but
any
it's not
moment.
gonna happen in
Bart. I mean, it really
2026.
could.
You could never see it coming, Bart. Never see it coming.
Hey, that's right.
Could sit
That's
down
right.
at a baby shower, and the next thing you know, bang.
It's going to be hard to find an equally interesting partner. I will admit that. And but when she comes along, you'll know it. You'll know it.
But-
and so will everybody else.
When it
They're
happens,
perfect for one another.
That's right. When it happens, it will.
Well, hey,
it'll
you
be
know.
inescapable. because there is only one person for you.
Well, that's kind of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, so when that does happen.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't even know if that person's in the United States, but I mean, who knows?
Here's what is happening of all the things happening. Arkansas is a 7-1.
I don't love anything about that. I don't love anything about
Let's go back to dig in on that for a moment.
Take from that what you will.
Let's dig in on that. Let's double click on that, as they say in corporate meetings. Why don't we double click on that, Chuck?
Just take that for what you will. I mean, you know. It can mean a lot of things. It's open to interpretation.
What did you mean?
I meant to leave it open to interpretation, is what I meant to do.
He meant it just like he said it.
Yeah, I meant it just like I said
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is nice to be back from L.A. I mean, the traffic is just insane. I mean, it's crazy. And it was raining most of the time. And then Indiana's the best team in college football. Clay mentioned this. He used the word technique. I don't know. I can't remember being so impressed with the team's execution. Like every block, whether it's a wide receiver or an offensive lineman or a running back, they just play so well. I guess you would just say they're so well coached. And I know they've got talent on that team. But honestly, how many guys on Indiana's roster are upcoming first, second, third, fourth round draft picks in the NFL? I mean, what did Phil Steele tell us about Indiana? Can we go to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room? Where did these players come from? Remember, Curt Cignetti came from James Madison, brought a bunch of players with him, took them to the playoff, and what did we all say? They played a lousy schedule, and then they got beat in the playoff. Well, this didn't come back year two, and, I mean, they're dominant.
They still played a lousy schedule. They're just a much better team this year than they were last year.
And I do think that helps. The grind of playing a schedule like you have in the SEC, or even some of the Big Ten
because
schedules.
it exposed Ohio State this year. I thought people propped Ohio State up this year. And their quarterback Julian Sayin, they didn't play anybody all year. They played a bunch of lousy teams and lousy defenses. And Julian Sayin was in the mix for the Heisman Trophy. He didn't deserve to be. Like he is not one of the top players in college football, with all due respect to him.
With all due respect. Didn't deserve to be.
No, he didn't.
With all respect. He did not deserve to be there.
With all our respects. The Big Ten Conference, according to Phil Steele, this is how it shaped up. 1 Penn State, 2 Ohio State, 3 Oregon, 4 Michigan, and then a 4-way tie for 5th with Illinois, Indiana, USC, and Nebraska. I'm not sure how you do a 4-way tie for 5th in a
Maybe we should
preseason
do
magazine.
this, Chuck.
But
this should be how we end every year.
We
go back and look at Phil Steele's magazine.
Here's what he said about Indiana. I'm just going to give you the blurb from the little preview here.
Please do.
The Hoosiers were just 3-24 in Big Ten play from 21 through 23, and were minus 105 yards per game in 23. New head coach Curt Cignetti hit the portal hard and said they would contend in his first year. They had 21 returning starters and an easier schedule. I had Indy on my most improved list, and they were the media's pick for last in the Big Ten. This year, with an exclamation point. This year, including transfers, they have 16 starters back, including Cal quarterback Mendoza. While they face Penn State, Oregon, and Iowa on the road, they do avoid Ohio State and Michigan.
Okay. Well, I don't know. So they had 16 returning starters. All right. Well,
they had 3 first-team all-conference, 4 first-team all-conference players, according to Phil.
You know, I look at what they did last year. I'm not talking about this season, but last season they got 16 starters back. They don't play Ohio State or Michigan, and he picked them 5th? Are you kidding me? I mean, that's
not a very high opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they got 16 guys back.
Would you like to know how the SEC was picked?
Yeah, why not? Why not? By the way, the SEC is 2-7 in the postseason,
which
against other teams.
Honestly, much
against other conferences.
I would say much better here. Georgia 1, Texas 2, Alabama 3, Oklahoma 4. Pretty good there. And then it starts to slip.
Where's Ole
LSU
Miss?
4, Texas A&M also 4, Florida 7, along with Ole Miss and Tennessee. I don't understand this tie situation. Florida, Ole Miss, and Tennessee tied for 7th. South Carolina and Auburn tied for 10th.
It's as unpredictable as it's ever been.
Auburn, Arkansas, Missouri tied for 12th. Vanderbilt 14th.
Yeah.
Think about this. We don't know what
14th.
a roster is going to look like next year for many, many teams. We have no idea what they're going to end up with. I mean, this is like, I'm just, we keep saying it's wild, it's crazy, whatever. But I just wonder, Illinois, I've mentioned this a couple, 3 times already today. They've won 19 games in 2 years. And I was reading this article in The Athletic this morning, and Bielema was quoted in there and basically said, yeah, this is what happens when we're all playing on a fairly equal playing field. It's not completely equal because some schools have more money, but it's no longer like they flipped on signing day. They flipped a running back from Alabama to Illinois. Like, when's the last time that's happened? And his point was, we're in the game now. We can be in the game. We still might get outbid, but we're in the game in ways where we didn't have this money thing going on with the portal, where you're just going to go to Alabama because it's Alabama, or you're going to go to Georgia because it's Georgia and pick your school. But now you're in some of these conversations, more so than you were in the past. And we are seeing schools take advantage of it. Not everybody has. And that's what, to me, is so fascinating about Indiana. What is it about Cignetti? And you can tell me it's about the money, but I would argue that Indiana's not spending as much money as a lot of other schools. And I think Cignetti, in his ability to evaluate talent and understand personnel and how to run that department, is as good as anybody in the game today. And that's why they are where they are, along with his ability to hire a staff that can coach the way he wants coached.
Well, he's hit on quarterbacks, and that's a big part of it. And I mean, hitting on Mendoza was, I mean, that was a really, really big get. And, you know, like, for example, when I look at Arkansas right now, you know, Arkansas is not going to have, and lots of schools are like this, when you talk about the ones that, and Illinois falls into this category, you don't have as much margin for error as someone who has perhaps a little bit more money to work with. So you got to hit a guy like Malachi Breland, who was very good at Memphis. He's got to be good here. A guy like Christian Harrison, who played 3 years at Tennessee and then went to Cincinnati. He's got to be good here. You know, you got to hit on these guys. And if a guy that you're signing was a backup somewhere else, you've got to find a way to coach him to be better than he was before. The thing that you don't want to do is get into a situation where you're signing other people's backups and they're still backups for you. The thing that I see with Indiana and a lot of these other schools, and Bielema had it happen, he hit on that quarterback. And that changes a lot of things. The advantage that I think Arkansas has is I think their quarterback may already be here. So, you know, maybe you can emphasize some other areas.
New year, and it's going to be a new college football season, and it's going to be wilder than it was this year. I mean, just look at how the playoff is coming out, and we may not have an SEC team in the final game. But did you think Ole Miss would be the last hope? Did Lane Kiffin think that he'd be in this situation when he took the job at LSU? That his team is one game away, one win away against Miami.
I'm pulling for Ole Miss just because I'd like to see that happen.
I think a lot of people would.
I mean,
other than Miami,
I would very much like to see that.
By the way, can we get a little more Michael Irvin in Miami games on the sideline?
Yeah.
How we feel about that?
That's
maybe
less.
He has found the camera.
He's got a lot of
energy.
I'm not sure the source.
He's very energetic over there.
Speaking of energy, the Sweat and the Edge can help you in the new year. It's not just a magic fix, but it can take the work that you want to put in and take it to a whole other level. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com or just search the Sweatnum Edge. If you Google that, it'll pop up, and you can just get a free evaluation. Find out where you are, because you know, a lot of us don't really understand what's happening in our bodies, and we just supplement caffeine or whatever to feel better, and that's not really a fix. There is a fix that can happen for you. It's happened for me. 2025 was a much better year than it would have been thanks to the Sweatnum Edge. People ask me about it all the time. I can tell you it is a difference maker. Log on or Google the Sweatnum Edge and find out more about it today. Get a free evaluation and find out where you are, and then decide what you want to do about it. It's 8:17. I see Brian and Ozark is called, but we're up against a break.
We've got, can I do a quick breaking news?
Yeah.
Transfer portal breaking news from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Memphis wide receiver transfer Jamari Hawkins has signed with Arkansas. 38 catches, 623 yards, and 2 touchdowns last season.
Yeah.
Big yards per catch guy.
It's
kind of like Omega Blake.
It's happening. It's happening now. The football team is being formed. Breaking news.
As we speak.
Being formed now. A lot of things happening. I don't know if anybody else is having fun, but this is a blast for me.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorbacks. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, 2 of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too. Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
just say, can we just admit that a lot of these national college football media guys just have no earthly idea what they're talking about? All this stuff that you hear, it doesn't mean anything. It means absolutely nothing. Less now than ever before, I think. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to this show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, we'll act like we got it right. But see, Phil Steele put his stuff in writing, so we can go back and
predictions make fools of us all.
Prediction will make a liar out of you before it's all said and done. Hey, let us talk to you about Hog Trough gutters for a minute. If you're having issues with your gutters, and we're reaching the time of year when they may be tested a little bit by the weather. Hog Trough Gutters is who we recommend. They're locally owned and operated. They've got over 30 years of experience. And, man, they do it all. I mean, seamless gutters. They make them on site, trenching work, French drains, fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year warranty. They service all of Northwest Arkansas, the entire River Valley. If you've got an issue, snap a picture. Snap a picture, text it to them. Lots of times they can make an assessment anyway just by looking at that. And but if you need them to come out, certainly they will do that, and they'll do the job right in front of you, and they'll do it right each and every time. You can see some examples of their work, find out more about what they do by logging on to hoggutters.com.
We are in a wild time, and I don't even know what to tell you about the Arkansas roster yet. But there will be a million things happen over the next month. The portal's open to the 16th, but that's just when players get in. You can continue to sign, the way I understand it, beyond the 16th. But there is a mad rush right now to get things done as soon as possible. And so they're bringing on, 10, 15, maybe even 20 guys at a time on campus. And it's like a business meeting, one-on-one. Through the process. Like, you got a bunch of free agents visiting at the same time.
No, that's exactly right. And the good ones are going to be snapped up fairly quickly. Yes, you can continue to sign guys, but the guys you want are going to be snapped up fairly quickly, I'm sure. The thing that you look at early on, I mean, you see the kicker, offensive lineman, long snapper, defensive back, kickoff guy, defensive lineman, and there are others too. But my point is you can tell that they have a vision for what they want this roster to look like. They're not just going out and signing guys willy-nilly. Just got a commitment from a wide receiver, need a possession guy to replace what you're losing there. So, that's when right after Coach Silverfield was hired, you heard about, I'm going to visit with every player. I'm going to evaluate. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You're trying to decide who you want to keep and who you want to let go. And you're also trying to figure out who's worthy of what offer. And that determines a lot of times whether or not a guy's going to go into the portal. So all those things have come into play, but it certainly sounds like they've got a vision of what they want to do.
A lot going on. Chad Morris is the new OC at Clemson. Bart has thoughts. Also, Scott Starzik has announced on social media that he entered the transfer portal. So the Arkansas.
Well, they got a kicker from Tennessee, and they got a kickoff guy too.
Yeah, they did. A kickoff specialist, and then the guy from Tennessee that kicked there this year,
Gilbert.
Max Gilbert. They also look like they have, I think the Tennessee or the Memphis backup quarterback is coming here.
I think that's right.
Because they lost, they're losing the guys behind KJ.
Right.
It's all coming into focus.
Look,
you
need to have competition at that spot.
Happening.
I happen to think KJ Jackson's going to be the guy, but you need competition at that position.
Sure.
I mean, you do.
That dude carried, Arkansas's defensive line for the game-winning first down, right?
Was this that?
No, this is a different guy, I believe.
I'll take your word for it.
I believe this is a different guy based on what I had seen.
Well, the guy that he carried is in the portal. Ian Jeffrard, and he's suddenly one of the most sought after. I think
he's going to Texas.
Yeah, he committed to Texas, and I can only imagine the kind of money that he was offered.
Good for him. How's Dasmond James doing at Cal with that deal he got off the Liberty Bowl last year?
Didn't play a snap.
Didn't play a snap.
As far as I can tell, yeah.
I'm not sure that he got all that anyway off that. I mean, Cal's not exactly been. University of California, Berkeley, they've not been big spenders.
How's the I'm Gonna Leave You brothers doing?
Which one's that?
Nico and the one that was here.
Madden.
Yeah. Madden and Nico.
Oh, okay.
I am going to leave you.
A.J. Hill, the Memphis quarterback you're talking about, he's a freshman, only played in 2 games this year. He was not that guy.
I appreciate you helping me out there.
I think that was Arrington
That was a little
Maiden.
oversized.
Arrington Maiden.
Yeah, that
who
was
did
Maiden.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, it's happening. I can't quit looking at this ring you're wearing.
Well, can while you're looking over here, can I address something that?
Yeah,
that
I thought you had
brought up?
something.
Well, it's unrelated to football,
Yeah,
but it's Razorback
totally
related.
unrelated. Here's Bart in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room.
Kevin from Jefferson City, Missouri, texted in. Why hasn't Bart talked about Doug Schau's refereeing Saturday's game?
He's been here a couple of times this year. I've thought about you every time.
Great ref.
Final Four ref.
And Kevin, that I noticed it. And I noticed it in the way the game was officiated because it was officiated like a Doug Schau's game, which
And how is that?
maddeningly inconsistent.
Maddeningly
Maddeningly
inconsistent. Thank you. Thanks for bringing me into it.
Yeah. Maddeningly inconsistent from one half to another. That's the way a Doug Schau's crew officiates a game. If you watch any game they call, the consistency with what's called a foul from in the first half versus what's called a foul in the second half.
It's that way in every game.
Is awful.
It's that way in every game.
Well, maybe, but Doug has a mark on him for this sort of thing. Doug likes to be the center of attention too when he's out there calling the game. Everybody talks about TV Teddy, but Doug Schau.
I didn't have any problem with it. Saturday.
He likes to make his presence known. I'm just gonna keep hammering.
Yeah,
well, it's what the people want. It's what the people want, Bart.
It doesn't matter.
It's what the people want.
I did think the officiating in the second half was a little ticky tacky compared to the first half.
Yeah,
thought they let him play. In the
whoever
first
was
half
officiating Muss's game gave him a tech early in the game. They lost by 30 to. They lost by 30 to Michigan, and I was thinking about this when flying to LA and back. That's almost a 4-hour flight. And I was just thinking how inconvenient it must be to fly across the country and play in the Big Ten.
Yeah,
for a team.
Well, they've cooked their own goose. The West Coast schools did. Look,
USC
this was
UCLA are done.
This was their schedule. They fly to Ann Arbor to play Michigan. They had to stay over because they're playing at Michigan State tonight. Then they'll fly home and they play at Minnesota on Thursday. So that's what West Coast teams have to deal with. And we focus so much on football. And I'm just going to say, football travel is not that big a deal. I mean, you're traveling on Friday. If you got to fly 3 hours, so what? If you got to fly 3 hours home, so what? Basketball is a whole different deal now, and you're getting into the other sports as well. This is where what was the old Pac-12, it's where UCLA and USC are really, they're cutting their noses off to spite their faces. They're getting a lot of money, but they're not going to be a factor and they're barely a factor in football. They're not going to be a factor in much of anything else.
It's going to be the same thing that happened in Nebraska athletics when they left the Big 12 to join the Big 10. It's going to be the same thing. We're seeing it over and over again, and these examples keep piling up of it happening, and schools still do it. They still do it. There are just. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, I was letting you finish, but I wanted to just add on that I really missed a big moment at the Rose Bowl where Tony Petitti was right in front of me, and by the time I got my phone out of my pocket to take a photo of him and send it to Bart, he had moved on. Yeah. And but I was just like, if Bart were here, what would he say? Would he just walk up, sort of just like over to the guy, thanks for ruining all of college sports. Thank you, Tony. Thanks. And then just make an about face, pivot, and walk out of the stadium.
That'd be kind of the power
and it'd be
move,
like
right?
that would be like
move.
That'd be your Happy New Year for sure. Chuck has a little bit of a bad habit of getting on Facebook and buying things.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat and Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Kids, there's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
you enjoy fake AI generated stories?
I do.
And getting scammed on the internet?
I do.
Facebook is for you.
That's what I like. That's what I want.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It is the Chuck and Bo Show. It's 8:37 on January 5th. Robert Duvall's 95 today.
Hard to imagine.
It's National Screenwriters Day. National Whipped Cream Day. Anybody like whipped cream?
I like it.
I do,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Mike's in Russellville. Mike, it's your day. It's 2026 is here, and it's your year. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Thank you, Mike. Same to you.
Quick question. You may have covered this. I've only been on listening for about the last hour and a half, and I hadn't heard anything. First thing I did was this morning saw some, Starzik's leaving and, not seeing a whole lot of portal action. Seeing 10, 15 guys visit Saturday, 10, 15 Sunday. I was kind of expecting maybe a little more action, commitments. Is there any concern on y'all's behalf that we haven't seen that yet?
Well, they've had about 8 or 10.
Honest.
I mean, they've had a
have we?
fairly
Okay.
decent number.
I don't know. I guess I was kind of expecting a little bit more from D-line and, some linebacker from Carolina. I was kind of some. How about bigger names? And I don't mean that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was expecting a little bit more of a
Well,
rush.
there aren't going to be, just to be real blunt about it, I mean, if a guy's a really good defensive lineman, for example, you mentioned that position, and say he's at another school,
right,
he's going to get paid to stay there.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, I don't know exactly what you mean by big names, but
well, not really necessarily names, just a little more numbers coming in certain positions.
Well,
So here's the process. The process
hear
is
you,
guys
but-
are going out anywhere at any school. The portal is players putting their name in the portal. So the first part of the process is all those guys announcing that they're in. Okay. Now there's plenty of tampering that goes on, and whether guys are coming out, and so some guys can get signed pretty quickly, but most schools, you're not seeing, I don't think, many more numbers than what Arkansas has signed or have commitments from, because we're just a couple of days into this process.
Now, what you've not heard here, and what's commanded the headlines at other places, are like the $5 million for a quarterback. I haven't heard.
Thank you.
I haven't heard of anybody. They've gotten a commitment from a $5 million defensive tackle.
Right.
And there's a
Well,
negotiation process. Like you make somebody an offer, they go somewhere else, they get another offer, then they come back, and all that's going on. So it's a little bit of a process, but I don't see them being behind. I don't get that feeling. I like hearing that they've got all these guys on campus.
Yeah. Oh, me too. And I think that's part of the thing was I was expecting even a little bit more, that maybe a few more commitments here and there, especially in certain position groups. But, patience is the key, and hopefully we do have the larger account to maybe get some of these guys because we need a lot. We need a lot.
Yeah, it's a numbers game.
Thank
And
you,
as
Mike.
Clay mentioned earlier, Silverfield signed 70-something guys last year at Memphis, 70-plus new players on the roster.
Well, Arkansas's got more money to work with, but so does everybody else. So, I think if people are expecting some kind of like, oh my gosh, look what's happening in Arkansas with their portal class, I don't know that you're necessarily going to hear that, but I do think, and I'll go back to what I said a little bit earlier, when you look at what they have gotten commitments from or who they've gotten commitments from so far and the guys that are here, they obviously have a plan. I mean, they've got a vision for what they want this roster to look like. But I think sometimes people think that, the portal is going to bring you, sometimes 15 or 20 difference makers on one side of the ball, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
They need that. Last year, the roster, as underwhelming as it performed, all we talked about for the last 2 years was one-score games and a billion turnovers. And if you have a roster comparable to last year, maybe a little bit better in some spots, and you're coached better, which is what you go get a new coach to do. Kurt Cignetti did not take a roster into Indiana that made everybody go, oh, my gosh, wow, they're loaded. And I'm not suggesting that Arkansas is going to be Indiana next year. Don't misunderstand me. But what I am suggesting is like guys that are in the portal or people you end up signing, in large part, to your point earlier, are not people we know of. We know who they are. They're not a household name in many cases in college football.
Well,
those guys are more of the rare, not the common.
Let's be honest, too. How many of us at this time last year said, boy, Indiana got Fernando Mendoza? I mean, they're going to be great again next year. We didn't even know who he was. And that's part of it. I mean, you've got to hit. And give them credit. They did.
You got to hit. Just like at the casino.
That's right. You got to hit it.
Got to let it ride. Got to let it see what happens. Speaking of which, Oaklawn Sports with the college football playoff here, the NFL playoffs coming into focus. Now's a great time to download the app if you haven't yet and take advantage of the $1,000 bonus bet. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. You can just go in the Apple App Store, the Google Play Store, and take advantage of the Oaklawn Sports new player offer. And 10% profit boost exists for new and existing customers. Oaklawn Sports, download the app today. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. It's Arkansas's best sports betting app. It's 8:43. Good morning. You really make me want to call you a moron. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Looking for the perfect light beer to kick off the new year? Flight by Yuengling raises the bar for light beers. With just 95 calories, you can enjoy the crisp, refreshing taste of a Yuengling, but it's a light beer. Grab a Flight at your favorite store or ask your bartender and take your beer game to new heights. It's perfect for the holidays or watching a game. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time Hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more, they carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Hey, it's Bo. I recently got engaged, and Ben Blakeman helped me out. You told me the Purple Bag's undefeated.
The Purple Bag is undefeated, Bo. And not only are we where Arkansas gets engaged, but it's where our boy Bo got engaged.
I sure did, and now it's on to Christmas. What do we do now?
Purple Bag under the tree, Bo.
Take it to the next level with Blakeman's and my friend Ben. He hooked me up, and he can help you out, too.
Let Blakeman's make this Christmas truly exceptional. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, because brilliance begins here.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com. There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices, and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party, or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I will confess, I've reached the point in my life when my main goal every day is to get home. So once I'm there, it's going to take quite a bit to get me back out.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Making plans to watch the Ole Miss game on Wednesday night. Is it 8 o'clock game?
8 o'clock game.
8 o'clock game.
8 o'clock game.
Okay, so walk-ons would be a good place to do it if you want to watch the game. Arkansas is going to be on the road. They got back-to-back road games coming up Wednesday at Auburn, Wednesday at Ole Miss, Saturday at Auburn. More than 60 televisions at every walk-ons. Great food, a lot of options, a lot of drink options, and they've got Flight by Yuengling on draft. It's 95 calories, but tastes like a Yuengling. The next generation of light beer is Flight by Yuengling. Chad Morris has taken flight.
It's official.
Bart Pullman in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room.
Yeah, Clemson has officially announced Chad Morris as their new offensive coordinator once again, I suppose. And the press release includes a quote from head coach Dabo Swinney, which is really just an all-timer in terms
What did he say?
What did he say, Bart?
He said, quote, "He was an excellent head coach at SMU, and it just didn't work out at Arkansas. And the last couple of years, he's been just following his son. But Chad's been studying a lot of people and traveling and meeting with people."
Holy smokes.
That's an
Holy
all-time
smokes.
bad quote.
Holy smokes. Wow.
I am just further.
They're eating the pets.
It's about like that.
You've already declared his career over.
At
Dabo,
Clemson.
so as a result of this.
And I feel even
more strongly? You're going to double down?
Yes.
Bart has a prediction for 2026 already here on the 5th day of the year.
Will Chad be the interim coach when Dabo gets fired halfway through the season? He's got head coaching experience,
Maybe.
Bart, 2 schools.
Maybe.
Hey, seriously, let's think about this real quick, okay? What happened at Clemson?
It just didn't work.
What happened at Clemson? Let's talk about this real quick, okay? What happened?
Dabo didn't adapt to modern college
Okay,
football.
that's one thing people will point to. But guess what? He also lost 2 really good coordinators.
Yeah.
And
He did.
they ever really get replaced?
He did, and he hasn't really found a good quarterback.
Tony Elliott had a
since
great
Trevor
year at
Lawrence.
Virginia. Brent Venables, obviously a great year at Oklahoma. And here, so Chad Morris, not a great head coach, comes back.
Yeah.
And, I mean, honestly, this Clemson demise has been wild.
Well, here's the thing about Clemson, though. I mean, if you look at it historically, they're not a college football power in the same breath of like, an Alabama or a Michigan or an Ohio State or even a Georgia. They've had periods here and there where they were pretty good, but they've also had periods where they were not very good at all.
Couple of guys, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence.
Well,
had a lot to do with that too.
And look, Dabo got lightning in a bottle.
2 national championships.
I mean, you can't take anything away from him there, but it's harder, I think, at a place like Clemson to do it over a 20, 25-year period than maybe it is somewhere else.
This goes back to the point about Saban and his assistants having success, the Final Four coaches being left. Part of a program is evaluating talent, on-field talent. The other part of it is evaluating coaching talent and hiring good coaches. Frank Broyles was great at that. If you look at his staffs through the years, his coaching staffs through the years, great coaching talent. Nick Saban, one of the greatest ever at evaluating coaching talent. Can Ryan Silverfield be that kind of guy here at Arkansas? Can he hire great coaches to his staff?
Yeah, and
just to bring it home.
I hear all
but,
of that.
But is Dabo going to be able to do that?
Yeah, I think we're in a time in college football where we don't know who's going to be good. I mean, we have all the traditional powers. You can rattle off the Ohio States, and some of these programs are set up in the modern era to keep doing it and be around, but we just watched them lose in the playoff. All these first-round bye teams, except for one, lost to the – Indiana's the only first-round bye team that is still in the playoffs. And we're going to see more and more teams pop up, and you're not going to know where they're coming from. And Clemson, to Chuck's point, like not only Clemson, but who is the model of consistency in college football right now? And you can't say Indiana because they're only in year 2.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that and you and I were kind of talking about this before the show this morning, everything that you've thought about college football before, all the things you've kind of leaned on to help formulate your opinions about what may or may not happen, it's all different now.
Well,
is there going to be another Indiana, or are they a one-off?
Or are we going to see a power cycle back up and be dominant?
Indiana's given everybody hope, but is this just something they can do?
Top 50 players drafted in the NFL last year. The SEC for years has had a big advantage. Last year, it was 21 SEC, Big Ten 18 players. That gap could shrink even more this year, or there might be more players from other conferences. Like the talent is getting spread out now.
Well, and two, when a player goes to a school and then he suddenly gets really good, he's got options now. He's not stuck there where he, thinking, man, I wish I'd signed somewhere else. Now he can go.
Bart's always delivering in the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Over 200 vehicles on the lot to choose from right now at the Fayetteville Auto Park. Chuck and Bo on Demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life, too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
Imagine every sip and bite feels like you're celebrating the finer things in life. Chef Shiloh and the bartenders at Tusker's Tavern in Fayetteville have just dropped new menu items celebrating a cocktail culture and culinary craftsmanship. Daily happy hour, 5 to 6:30. 20% off wine by the glass and $5 local draft beer. And for fun, they've created Unhappy Hour, Monday through Wednesday from 9 to 11 p.m. with the same specials. It's Tusker's Tavern at the corner of Mission and Crossover in Fayetteville.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the Basketball Palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
See, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is. You just show up and have coffee with you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place.